I managed to reach my father, who had been dead for 30 years, through a radio signal. At first, we both thought it was some kind of prank, but then he accidentally set fire to his desk, and at that exact moment, a burn mark appeared on mine.
You burnt the desk. I can see it.
He thought I was some kind of creep, spying on him. He warned me to stay away from him and his family. I didn't understand what was happening, but I was certain the man on the other end of the line was my father. Back then, 30 years ago, he was supposed to die in a fire the very next day. I didn't have time to explain. I just shouted a warning. Tomorrow, don't trust your instincts. Take another route, and you'll survive. The signal cut out. We lost contact. The next day, my father was called to a warehouse fire. Everything unfolded exactly as I had foreseen. On site, he found a girl trapped inside, but the ladder gears jammed, and he couldn't reach the window to save her. He had to improvise. His first instinct was to head through a door untouched by flames, but just as he stepped inside, he remembered my warning. He turned back and chose another path. That's when he found an emergency slide. He slid down from the top floor, burst out of the building, and leapt into the river. They made it out alive. Meanwhile, I was mourning the father I thought had died decades ago. Suddenly, new memories flooded my mind, memories of him that I'd never had before. I didn't know if they were real. I begged my friends to confirm, and they did. My father hadn't died in a fire. He had passed away 10 years ago from lung cancer. I was stunned. I had actually changed history. I rushed home to check old newspapers. The articles said my father had saved the trapped girl. That was when he finally believed me. I really was his son from 30 years in the future.
You okay, Chief?
Yeah, fine.
We talked late into the night about everything that had happened over those 3 decades, until we reluctantly hung up. My father, grateful to be alive, hurried to the hospital to see my mother. That unexpected visit led my mom to discover a colleague giving a patient the wrong medication. She stopped it just in time, saving the patient's life. But that twist of fate also put her in danger. The next day, I went to work at the police station, as usual. But something felt off. We had recently uncovered multiple sets of female remains, all pointing back to the Nightingale murders from 30 years ago. Originally, there had been only 3 nurse victims. Now there were 10. Worse, I saw my mother's name among them. I rushed home and contacted my father. I told him Mom was going to be murdered next week. We had recklessly altered history, and now 7 innocent people had died because of it.
Now, what'd you do last night, Dad?
I talked you in over Gordo's, and I went to see your mother over at the hospital.
Oh, shit.
But I'll take her away from here, Johnny. I have to take her away from here. He cannot hurt her if I take her away from here.
What about the others?
Police? They're not gonna believe me.
They will if they catch him in the act, and you can make that happen, Dad.
Using the clues I gave him, my father tracked down a nurse at a bar, the next intended victim. At the same time, I received new information. The death toll had dropped by 1. That's when I realized the missing file was about that nurse. My father had protected her that night. Our plan had worked. I gave him the name of the next victim, along with details of when and how she'd be killed. I warned him to be extremely careful, but his constant presence around the target drew the killer's suspicion. And while my father was in the restroom, the murderer struck from behind.
How you follow me?